Now, there are some other, getting to a different matter, is that there are people who believe that the economy is on a recession because the pay slip has been raided. So people just consuming at least for survival, and not venturing into long-term projects, into huge investments and the likes.
I appreciate that.
Don't you think that maybe there's some truth in that President Ruto, who is your president, you ran on a UDA from now your party leader, raided pay slip, and therefore it has led now to the economic recession that you experience today?
For sure, there is an increment in terms of the taxation on the pay slip, but there also is a reduction on other items that are consumables, where the pay slip would have gone to, like unga, for example, has gone down. The exchange rate has gone down. For those who are in the agrarian sector, the fertilizer has been subsidized. I can give many examples of where there's a plus and a minus. So you see, a lot of attention has been given to housing levy. I think that's where you're coming from in terms of...
and probably SHA and other...
So SHA is the same, almost the same at NHIF. In fact, for some categories, SHA is lower, like the vulnerable.
Okay.
So SHA is higher for those who are more affluent, earning more, but it is lower for the vulnerable. Okay. Before, NHIF was at 500 shillings, now SHA is at 300 shillings for the vulnerable. So that's a decrease for some. There's always give and take. If you look at the finance bill that was passed in the National Assembly, for payee, there's a reduction, where now those who are earning the taxes are non-taxable up to a certain level. Okay. So he has increased the threshold of those who are not eligible for pay as you earn. Okay. So you're saving more. You understand? So that's what economics is about. It's balancing. Economic planning is about balancing, because there's never enough share of wallet. There's never enough money, or for you to want to do everything, right? But there must be some balance, and where the state feels that wananchi wameumizwa kidogo, there can be some subsidization or some reduction of some taxes on some items, especially the consumables that you use every day, like the unga that I've talked about.
Yes.
Also, we appreciate that some of these interventions, like affordable housing, could not have been done without that kind of funding that is guaranteed. And the argument from the head of state was that he needed a levy that he could bank on to propel this development across the country.
Okay.
I know there was previously the same housing projects like Boma Yangu in the previous regime that did not have the housing levy tax, right?
Yes.
But you see, the scale was not countrywide. Okay. So for you to scale, you need more money.
Sure.
One thing I'm happy about is something like the fuel levy. The fuel levy has always been there, but I like how the head of state has been able to securitize that to build more roads and to unlock payments for contractors who had not been paid for very many years. The same with the sports fund, which has been securitized and now is being used to build stadiums across the country. So that's the way to go. I would also recommend to the head of state that we don't need to add any more taxes. And if you look at the finance bill, it was considered we can reduce, but tusiongeze. Hiyo nayo nakubaliana na wananchi vizuri sana.
Yes.
Na if you look at the finance bill, it imepitishwa at the end of the financial year 2025-2026, it considered that. That's why we just hear outcry. And also the lesson from this regime, and the lesson even from when Gen Z started protesting, is we need to listen to people. Sometimes as leaders,
so unaanza kwenda sikiza ground. Are you talking about?
See ile slogan hapana, nasema consider the viewpoints and the sentiments, kwa sababu you are governing people who have an opinion. Mimi kabla nijenge barabara mahali si ufanya public participation na kangana wale wasenajua watakuwa affected na waambianiaje ini road tunataka kujenga. In fact, most of the times hata kabla ni propose washani show,
washakwambia this is our problem.
I remember even after election we did a public participation where we said okay, we have 5 years. Which project do we start with? Year 1 tunakaa hapo tunakubaliana na wananchi, year 2, year 3. That's what I've been following.
But are those public participation organic or sometimes
mine, at least I'll speak for myself.
Yours are organic.
Mine,
then you will get the
hata unapata mimi hata si mobilizingi wale watakuja, hata kama watakuja 100 hao ndo tawaka nao. Nikitaka kumobilize ndaleta rally ya wasetao. but for what? Wacha wale leaders wa community wakuja wakilishe. Kama ukipata chairman wa soko, upate secretary wa traders fulani, umeshapata sentiment ya hiyo group.
Exactly.
Ukipata CHP atakwambia clinics zinataka nini, health centers zinataka nini, mahosi. Unaona? So even though you find,
is there a template that they provide for you?
Yes, it's a guided process. There's even a Public Participation Act. And for me in my manifesto, my first pillar was community engagement, where in everything I do, it is consultative, it is participatory. And wananchi always know, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And what are the challenges? And what are the timelines? What are the expectations? So you manage your people, and there's always flow of information. Sometimes people are angry because there is misinformation. So you find that the state doesn't come out to correct lies. There is lack
of information.
There is misinformation, disinformation, lack of information, and propaganda. Kama hiyo story ati sijui land is being taxed, it was a lie.
It was a lie?
Yes.
It was not in the
proposals. And then later, at least for this time, they were able to come and engage.
They just come in good time.
You come in good time and speak to your people.
As opposed to wait until there's a rage and all that. That's why you start explaining.
So mimi kwangu hata kama kitu imekwama, kama lese barabara imekwama, like a road called for Jesus imekuwa na shida, I always say hii barabara ilikwama juu ya hii, na interventions zile tunafanya ni hii. So na imekwama hapa Woodley Stadium, na update tuliritenda, imefika hapa, challenge sasa ni governor alipe. So they know where to take their frustration and anger to the right office.
So now, as we are now winding up, what is this that you can spot maybe in 2, 3, 4 points that is making this regime very, very unpopular?
Obviously, number one is the fact that there was an impeachment of our deputy president. That is trigger number one. Because that was polarized from an ethnic perspective. It became that mtoto wetu ndio ameumizwa. And then the emotions were whipped up around that issue. That one is an L on our part as a regime. Could it have been done differently? That is subjective, because you see, the head of state is the one who deals with the deputy president, right? Is that he deputizes someone. Deputizing so the president. The way the shoe pinches can only be truly felt by he who weareth the shoe.
Absolutely.
So when you discuss this with the head of state, he's categorical that he could not work with him. We've had those conversations. Because me, I would have said, vumilianeni paka tuvuke. Tukishavuka, divorce.
Kila mtu aende njia zake sasa.
But pia wewe kama ushawapitia divorce, kama ushaachana na demu yako,
saa zingine hata yeye kulala tu room nyingine,
nyumba ikaliki bana, nyumba ikaliki, chakula huwezi kula, unamshuku anaweza kuwekea kitu mbaya. Siko unanielewa, muongeleshani
tu, unaona ni kama anaweza kagunza hapo
yako, bibi yako kwa bedroom nyingine, hata mfanyiani ile
mambo ya
bwana na bibi. Siko unanipata sasa. Sisi tunajaribu kulazimisha ndoa katika watu wawili ambao wamekosana. Ni kama wewe ulazimishwe. Kumbuka tu ex wako, si lazima Mr. Wabs kuwe na ex ambazo labda wewe si ule ex wewe alikutema, ile wewe ulitemwa, unaona? I mean wewe ulimtema. Sasa kwa ule wewe ulimtema, lazima kuwe na sababu zako wewe ambayo unaelewa.
Na la msingi sana wakati
labda watu wanakuambia mbona mkuelewana, mbona mkuongeleshana, mbona mkutatua hii kitu, mbona mkujaribu. Hii ndoa ni kuvumiliana. So unajua hizo advice za wana, bwana nikwambie bana, hakuna haja uvumilie mtu, muane kwa nyumba.
Ni vizuri
unaona watu wana try kuvumiliana, ina fail, mwingine anarusha mwingine nje ya balcony, alafu ule mwingine anasema I wish ningehama kitambo. Juu ndio iliharibika kitambo. Kuna mwingine unapata ameua watu wake na bibi yake sijui nini. Yaani hizo vitu ni kesi ni mingi sana. Me I would say sometimes ikikuwa ngumu kuishi pamoja ama kukaa pamoja, wacha talaka ifanyike, watu waachane
kwa uzuri.
Kikinuka huko, unajua kuna wase waachikangi. kuna mtu achiki akitemwa anaenda anavuruga, anaharibu sifa, anakutrendisha, anaongea mbaya, ana mobilize relatives against you. Hiyo ndio inafanyika saa hii kwa hii ndoa ya huku juu.
Kweli kweli. Wewe ni ex mbaya bwana,
anachoma.
Anasema wewe hata nguvu zako zazi wapi ni bure.
Ule ex akona information, anakufuatilia, bado anaongea na makuzo wako, anapewa intel, demu wako mpya anaharibu, anaingia paka kwa demu wako mpya, anasema watoshi mboga.
Unajaribu kutengeneza kitu mpya hapa kidogo, jamaa anakuja anasema anaharibu, anakutishia, anasema usikanyage hapa. So hiyo iko kama ushapitianga hizo vitu, unaelewa venye bosi ana video huko juu. Lakini hizo ni mangori za watu wawili. Na me, I don't think hizo ngori zina need to affect nchi yote, but it's a political space, so therefore the fallout is political as well. But that as it may be, so hiyo ndio changamoto moja bigi. Na ile beza meza kuwip emotionally ni kubwa, iko na vote basket noma, but si kila mse yako kwa hiyo direction. Unaona? Si uwezi sema ati kila msapere saa hii ako kwa hiyo chama ama kwa hiyo movement, hapana. Just like in Western there are various movements. Kuna timu ya Sifuna, kuna kina Weta Saidi, kuna Oparanya Saidio, Mdavadi Saidi ingine. Kila moja kuna wafuasi.
Iko hivyo. Ukambani utapata kuna ya Ngilu side moja, kuna Kalonzo, kuna ya Mutua, Coast hivyo, yani Nairobi hivyo. So but what I'd say is that that's number one. Number two, I think there was a big blemish in terms of the Gen Z issue.
The killings
was a serious thing. I know killings have been there in every regime, but I'm not going to use that to make it right. It's not right. Every life is precious, and every life matters. Absolutely, but I think there should be more tolerance in that regard. Sometimes it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because as a head of state, you must also protect your state, and you must also protect your state from destabilization. If we went the direction of a coup, for example, or a direction of overthrow of a regime,
some of
the consequences are very, very
this
serious.
Freedom could have been taken away
sometimes people tweet those stories. I see those comments on Facebook, but they don't really understand. You can understand if you take a step into our neighbors' borders, and you understand what a genocide means. You understand what civil war means. You understand, I've had people saying that 2027 will be civil war. They don't know what they're trying to say.
In fact, I think that it will be like a Christmas.
I have friends who are
2027 will be like a Christmas holiday.
Our friends
somebody say that
from the Republic of South Sudan, who have known for very many years. Some have lived in Kenya for all their lives because of what they've experienced. I've known people whose family are in those government positions in those other countries, and it's not easy.
I hosted a guy from Congo here, how they escaped that war. There's not something you would wish.
It's tough. So we don't want that in this country. So sometimes, one thing I respect Baba for was that when he saw it, we are on the tipping point, on the brink, he would always reverse. But sometimes I listen to some of these people in the opposition, and when they say ni kama mbaya, yani bora hawapate, hiyo ni mbaya. That means you're not a statesman. Anybody who's ready to ban our country so that he can prove a point, that is not a statesman, and we cannot follow such a character.
Then don't you think that then they are right that the 2027 might be worse?
No,
because
we just need to ensure
there is no that voice of reason.
We just need to ensure
to come back
that
and say no.
The vote is free and fair. You see what happened in Olkalau? Kuskwe na wizi wakura. Then also I appreciate that our constitution has reached a point where it is harder to steal. There are so many safeguards in place. The ballot boxes are transparent. They come with some
security features.
That are security features, and there's a code, and your agents are there, and they take it down, and they monitor, and what is
and
declared
the media is there
at, at the polling station is what is the real vote, and you take photos of even that form. And so you can do your own tallying remotely. We just need to ensure these things clean. That's why there cannot be bloodshed. But where people feel aggrieved that their wishes have been circumvented, then there we can have an issue. So I just pray that our elections are peaceful and people choose the right leaders. That's it, my brother.
Oh,
thank you for your time.
Thank
Mr.
you so
Wabs.
much for making time.
Asante sana. Thanks for having me.
And it never happens so often whereby you're able to find honorable who articulates matters in a manner that you never get anywhere else.
Asante.
So I've been not only a fan, but a great fan
Thank you.
of the DNG.
Top of the top.
Yeah, top of the top.
Ting. J. Two-time DNG.
Yeah, sure.
Woodley one.
Yeah, so DNG, I'll just want you to take your camera now and
Bless.
Just wish one person, just pick something good to our residents here in Nairobi and what you think that is best for our country.
Wana Woodley, wana Nairobi, wananchi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, nawapenda sana. Mimi kama MC wa Woodley ambaye amekuwa msanii miaka mingi, mmekuwa mkinicheki kwa radio, TV, muziki, televisheni, YouTube pale. Mine is just to say we have a beautiful country, we have a beautiful city. Woodley is a beautiful ward and we need to protect what we have and tusichochwe na watu ati tuenze kuvurugana ama kupigana ama kwenda direction haifai. Hii ni nchi yetu, hatuna nchi nyingine. If you see the way refugees are suffering in some of these countries and camps, man, that is something we should never wish upon ourselves. So let's keep it together. Let's remember we are one nation, one people, under one God. And I wish this country well. I wish this city well. I wish this ward of mine, Woodley, well. I bless you with nothing but prosperity and greatness and good governance and servant leadership ahead.
Absolutely. You only got RIBA SASA, of course. Allow me to see me on the next video. That has been DNA at RIBA SASA.
DNG. Big shout out DNA ni kuzo yangu, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I also had a session with the DNA.
Yes.
And we had a lot of conversation when
people confuse me, man. DNA, DNG. Do we look alike?
Yeah, I think it's because we are also great friends. My DNA is my very, very good friend.
Good.
Yeah, so,
Mr. Kagia.
Yeah, sure. So I ask for forgiveness that I could
toka kitu.
I'm also not a man of small means. Datoka kitu.
Sawa. God bless. Kunjema wase.
Yeah, sure. You never get it better than this. It has been a great moment with the D.